Greetings, I'm Dr. Al Freeman, Director of LCMS School of Ministry, and we are in Faith Lutheran, Branson, Missouri, who has gone through the Genesis study and is preparing to open their school in the fall of 2024. Pastor Blugie, you are here and you're going to be the principal, executive director, whatever the title may be, as well as the associate pastor at Faith Lutheran. We've got Dr. Carrie Samalkowitz, who has been part of the Genesis study and a consultant for Faith here. Tell us about the excitement, the school, the preparation went into it.
It's been a lot of work to get here. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's been hard work, but it's been worth it. I think we've been going at this, 12 months now or something like that. I mean, it's been a while talking with the community, but I mean, the thing that drives us is last year, actually I should say this current academic year, there were about 30 families that couldn't access Christian education because the spots were full in this area. And we said, hey, we've got a great network as Lutheran schools to do something about this. And Faith had been preparing for this moment for over 2 decades now, building a facility for it, just taking a step of saying God is going to bring a school here someday.
God's timing though, right?
It is God's timing.
You've been preparing since 2001.
Yep.
And sometimes it can be a little frustrating because you want to go,
Yep.
but it's always in God's timing and God's blessing abundantly what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Carrie, you've actually walked them through the process a little bit and have been working with Pastor. Tell us about that process.
It's been very exciting because the support that I feel here at Faith is unbelievable. The members, the senior pastor, Joey, everybody in leadership here wants the school to happen. I believe it will. It's a godsend. And there's a need in this area. There's just not enough Christian education. And the excitement of me to be involved with a school that starts and we can get the gospel to these little kids and for them to then grow in the gospel and then to spread the gospel to other people is just going to be exciting. Beautiful facility, wonderful people. I'm telling you, it's a formula for success. Mm-hmm. Missouri Synod, Al's office, has contributed so much to it with the Genesis Project. We also use the Herzog Foundation, which is another support group that helps start up schools. So, I mean, a lot of things going very positive for this place.
What's the school start look like? What grade levels? What do you need in terms of teachers, resources? What's that look like?
Yeah, so we're planning to start with grades K through 2. 2 classrooms, kindergarten. I mean, that was the big need of the 30 families last year that didn't get in. So kindergarten, we're planning to do a class by itself. We're looking at first, second right now to be a combined class with that. And that was actually something new to me. Didn't know much about combined classes. And again, going back to the Lutheran network, you start calling some of these schools that do it and you hear there's a lot of benefits of doing that as well, just like there are benefits of having individual classes. So that's really our big need. And we know, what's interesting is as I call teachers and say, hey, you interested in this? It's not that they're not interested in this place, but they're either already getting a call from somewhere else or God's got them in the right spot where they're at right now. And that's great. I mean, we want people that are going where God is leading them. And we know here at Faith, God's going to call someone to come here. We don't know who it is yet, but God's timing is His timing, and we trust Him with that.
Genesis study, how did it help?
Well, Genesis study, it got us some connections we didn't have before. So it started by I started talking with Will first, and then talked with you, and it got us into the community, and so we started reaching out to community leaders to take surveys. I think the surveys were a really helpful part of that. It also got us walking the neighborhood around here, which allowed us to know the neighbors. And that's not just good from a school standpoint, that's good from a church standpoint as well.
Well, it's one ministry, right?
Yeah.
Church and school together create a successful ministry.
Yeah. But it also connected us to this guy right here, having Carrie on the team. To come down here, and then what a blessing for him also to serve with the Herzog Foundation because, he started with LCMS Ministries and now he's continuing on with us all the way through launch day. And Carrie has been a great help to our team, and that's just the blessing. I know I've actually, since doing our Genesis project, have talked to some other congregations who are in the middle of Genesis projects, and they're like, man, are we going to get going here? And I said, yeah, we are. But the thing is, I've heard they've had more applications than ever before, which is a great thing that, when we hear the things oftentimes of Lutheran schools closing sometimes, now we're hearing churches wanting to invest in Lutheran schools and starting.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
What a great joy and blessing. What a great time to be here at Faith in the midst of this excitement of a school start. And yes, right now we have 38 congregations that are in the midst of a Genesis study. In 20 years prior of that, we had 31 total. So that tells you what's going on right now. in the United States, and our congregations looking to start schools because there is a need in their community. And that is a joy and a blessing for us. Right now we have 1,827, which will be 1,828 LCMS schools come this fall. We look to start many more as we serve over 160,000 students in our school with almost 22,000 educators. What a great joy and blessing our Lutheran schools are. What a great joy and blessing it is to be here at Faith and to see you as you start the school year next year, 2024-2025, Faith Lutheran School in Branson, Missouri.